Welcome to the deep dive. We're here to cut through the noise, help you get up to speed quickly on some really interesting topics, and maybe find some insights you wouldn't get just, skimming the headlines. Today, we're diving into how brands are really changing things up, moving beyond just showing you an ad and actually creating experiences for you. It's all about something called Experiential Marketing Services, or EMS for short.
EMS, right.
Yeah, and we've been digging into this report from Cognitive Market Research, Experiential Marketing Service Market Trends and Future Opportunities. The author is Sneha Mali. It's packed with some fascinating stuff. So our mission today, let's unpack what experiential marketing actually is. Why is it blowing up like this? What tech is driving it? And importantly, what are the hurdles it's facing?
Sounds good.
Because what we're seeing really is this big shift is moving away from just like interrupting you towards inviting you in.
Invitation marketing. Yeah, I like that.
Exactly. Brands aren't just shouting anymore. They're building these environments, these spaces that consumers actually want to step into. The brand experience becomes, well, entertainment almost, or useful in some way.
So your attention isn't just grab, it's genuinely earned.
Right. So what does this actually look like? Connecting on a deeper emotional level. The report talks about going way beyond traditional ads. It defines it as fully immersing consumers, putting you right inside environments that boost brand awareness and build these, well, genuine connections, memorable ones.
And that can take so many forms.
Totally. We're talking everything from, big live events, maybe temporary pop-up stores,
Yeah, those are everywhere now.
right, to really sophisticated virtual experiences or interactive digital campaigns online. It's about pulling you into the brand story, making you a part of it.
And the why behind doing all that immersion, that's what makes it really effective, I think. The main goal is providing these personalized experiences, things that really resonate with you, the consumer, and hopefully build strong, lasting loyalty.
So relationship building, not just a quick transaction.
Exactly. And it draws on all sorts of expertise, creative design, managing events, digital know-how, brand strategy. It all comes together to deliver something that clicks.
Okay, that makes sense. But you use that word personalized. We hear that a lot.
Yeah.
How truly personal can these things get, especially if a brand's trying to reach, like, millions?
That's a really good question. And that's where the technology becomes absolutely vital.
Oh, okay.
We're talking about using things like data analytics, for starters, even AI, artificial intelligence,
Like,
to sort of predict what kind of experience you might actually enjoy most. Or even tailoring an event on the fly in real time based on how people are reacting or what they've done before.
wow. Okay, like what? Give me an example.
Well, think about, say, a luxury car brand. They might use VR, virtual reality, to let you virtually test drive their newest car.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and you could pick the route, maybe some scenic drive, or a beauty brand using AR, augmented reality, on your phone.
They are, right? I've seen that.
So you can virtually try on different makeup looks right on your own face through the camera. It's making that personalization scalable and really immersive.
Wow. Okay, so it's not just a concept anymore. It's actually happening. And the numbers back this up, don't they?
They really do.
The report says the global market for EMS was valued around, let me check. Yeah, 52,614 million US dollars in 2024, roughly 52.6 billion.
Which is already substantial.
But here's the kicker. It's expected to climb to nearly $70 billion, 69,820.7 million by 2033. That's a compound annual growth rate, a CAGR, of 3.60% over that period.
And that 3.6% CAGR, it might sound kind of modest initially,
Yeah, it doesn't sound massive.
but you stretch that over almost 10 years. We're talking the growth of nearly $17 billion.
Wow, that's huge.
Think about it like adding the entire yearly revenue of a major global corporation just in this one marketing area. It's significant.
So what's fueling that?
Well, connecting it back, it's largely this booming demand for marketing strategies that are genuinely innovative, that really focus on personalized engagement.
Okay.
It's also boosted by, well, you can't ignore social media influencers, right?
Yeah.
They thrive on creating unique, shareable experiences.
Yeah.
And crucially, just the growing importance people place on the customer experience itself when they decide to buy something. It's not just a bonus anymore, it's core.
And the report points to specific industries really driving this.
Yeah, definitely. Key sectors pouring money into this are retail, automotive, tech, and consumer goods. big players there.
And they're using the tech you mentioned, data, AR, VR.
Exactly. They're leveraging data analytics, like we discussed,
Yeah.
but also heavily investing in augmented reality and virtual reality.
AR and VR.
Not just to make the experience cooler, but to get measurably higher engagement rates.
Can you break down AR and VR a bit more in this context?
Sure. So augmented reality, AR, that's about overlaying digital information onto the real world. Think apps letting you virtually try on sneakers or see how that new sofa looks in your actual living room using your phone camera.
Right, the furniture thing. I've used that.
Yeah. And then virtual reality, VR, takes it a step further. It completely immerses you in a simulated world, like putting on a headset to walk through a brand's virtual concept store or attending a digital concert.
Okay, total immersion.
Exactly. These aren't just tech toys. They directly tap into that immersion idea of EMS, making the brand part of your reality, whether physical or digital.
And it's not just huge corporations.
No, not at all. Even smaller businesses are getting creative, using accessible tools to make, say, AR filters for Instagram or TikTok that let customers interact with their products playfully. Stuff that gets shared.
That's really interesting. But I mean, setting up some of these experiences, especially the big physical ones or the high-tech VR stuff, it sounds incredibly complicated and expensive. What are the main roadblocks? What challenges the EMS market facing as it grows?
That's a really important point to bring up because while the potential is obviously massive, the report highlights a couple of significant challenges.
Okay.
First off, the cost, the rising cost of actually delivering these really elaborate experiences.
Right.
Just imagine setting up a huge pop-up event that travels between cities. You've got logistics, specialized staff, renting the space, all the cutting-edge tech involved.
Yeah.
It adds up incredibly fast.
Yeah, I bet.
And making sure you actually get a return on that huge investment, that's absolutely critical.
And I'm guessing sustainability is another big one. We hear so much about consumers wanting eco-friendly options. How do you square that with like a massive resource-intensive event?
Absolutely. That's the second major hurdle identified. There's increasing pressure both from consumers and from regulations to adopt sustainable practices.
So what does that look like?
Well, it means brands are having to think about things like using reusable materials and structures for their physical events, sourcing things locally to cut down transport emissions, or maybe even designing experiences that are purely digital to minimize physical waste altogether.
Okay, so leaning into digital sometimes for sustainability too.
Right. And things like strategic collaborations become key. Maybe brands pooling resources or sharing tech platforms, optimizing how they use resources generally. It's all about trying to drive that innovation forward while keeping costs manageable and, being environmentally responsible.
Right, that makes sense. So, okay, we've looked at the what, the why, the kind of sheer scale of EMS, plus the tech driving it, and these very real challenges. What does this all mean going forward? And maybe more importantly, what does it mean for you listening?
Wow.
It seems pretty clear that experiential marketing services is really set for some major growth, mainly because it has this unique power to deliver innovative, really memorable brand experiences, the kind that old-school marketing often just can't.
Yeah, for the market to really fulfill that potential, it needs that dual focus we were just talking about.
Right.
On one hand, you absolutely need the adoption of cutting-edge tech, AI, AR, VR, to create those truly immersive, personalized, and importantly, measurable campaigns.
Measurable, yeah, the ROI point.
Exactly. But that has to be balanced with tackling the big challenges, like the rising costs and that increasing demand for sustainability.
So technology and responsibility hand in hand.
Precisely. That strategic mix, innovation plus responsible management, that's what really sets the EMS market up for long-term success, I think.
So thinking about this from the listener's perspective, what does this mean for your everyday life? I guess understanding EMS helps you see how brands are trying to connect now. It's deeper, more personal. It's moving way beyond just, here's a product, buy it. They're trying to craft an actual experience around it for you.
And maybe you can think about it critically, too. Given this push for sustainability on one side and the desire for really personalized experiences on the other, how might you start seeing experiential marketing pop up? Maybe in unexpected ways, smaller scale things in your daily life. Or even how might these trends change what you expect when you engage with brands or services in the future? Perhaps you'll start demanding more than just a simple transaction. You'll want some kind of genuine interaction.
Yeah, that's a great point. So as we've kind of explored here, EMS is fundamentally about creating these real connections, but it's wrestling with challenges like cost and environmental impact.
Mm-hmm.
So here's a final thought to leave you with, building on that tension. What if the ultimate future of truly impactful immersive experiences isn't just about throwing bigger tech and bigger budgets at it?
Okay.
What if it's actually about discovering truly novel, maybe more sustainable, and crucially more accessible ways for almost anyone, not just the giant brands, to create genuinely memorable moments?
Interesting. Making it more democratized in a way.
Maybe. It's that dual focus, again, innovation and responsibility, that seems key for the EMS market's future in this constantly changing landscape. And hopefully gives you some valuable insight into how the world of brands and experiences is shifting around you.